Hello everyone, and it's time to get the Kleenex ready and get those man tears out because The Last of Us Remastered is here. Finally released, yesterday where I am in the UK. And the question a lot of people have been asking, which I'm going to attempt to answer here, is it worth getting? Is it worth getting The Last of Us Remastered? Such a sad game. But such an awesome game as well. Should you get it? Now we're going to approach this from 2 points of view. Of course, point of view number 1 is, of course, you did not, for some reason, either own a PS3 or play The Last of Us on PS3. And if you are a convert to PS4, if you're a convert from Xbox 360, because a lot of people did convert from Xbox 360 last gen to PS4 this gen, so they haven't experienced The Last of Us yet. And if you're one of those people and you're thinking, should I get it? It is a no-brainer. I would say yes is the overwhelming answer. It is the easiest decision to make. You should get The Last of Us Remastered for PS4. It is one of the best games of the last generation, if not the best game of the last generation. If you ask me, if I ever do a top 10, that is going to be number 1. It was my number 1 game of 2013 was The Last of Us, and it's an awesome game. It is a no-brainer. So if you didn't play it, if you didn't get a chance to play it in 2013, definitely pick it up. You really need to experience this game. It has one of the most sort of sophisticated and excellent emotional storylines you've ever seen in a game. It really is gaming storytelling at its finest, and it really shows how this medium of gaming has evolved into, you know, one of these things that it can do serious drama and it can do very serious stories. It's not just shoot a bunch of guys in the head, although you can shoot a bunch of guys in the head in the game, but it's a very small part of the game. The game's overall appeal is its story and its world, and the characters are phenomenal. There's some great moments in The Last of Us that you really, really need to experience. So if you haven't owned it, if you haven't had a chance to play it, pick it up. Pick it up. Go out and buy it, because it really, honestly, is worth it. So we'll approach this now from the second point of view, and that is, of course, the point of view that yes, you have played it on PS3, you owned it on PS3. Should I buy it again? Is the simple question. So what's different? What's new on the PlayStation 4 version? Well, the graphics have had a slight tweak. I don't think they're massively different. There are some areas where it is noticeable. So the graphics have had a slight upgrade. It's not a full next gen game, obviously, but it's still a good looking game. I mean, on PS3 it was pretty good looking at the time, and it still is to this day a good looking game. It's not a bad looker. It's not really, you can't really say has it aged well, because it's only been a year since it came out, but it certainly is a pretty nice looking game. But the big difference that you're going to notice is the frame rate, because of course on PS3 it ran at 30 frames per second, and on PS4 it runs at 60 FPS, and this does make a big difference. This is the big difference. It's certainly a hell of a lot smoother. Now the video footage that you're looking at is footage for YouTube, and I capture mine at 30 FPS, so you're not going to notice any difference in this video, but it definitely is noticeable. Aiming is a hell of a lot smoother, and the animations, the character animations, are generally a lot smoother at 60 FPS. I can tell the difference between 30 and 60. You can, if you want, lock the frame rate at 30 FPS. Some people have said that you do get better shadows. The shadow resolution's a lot higher, but I honestly haven't really noticed anything too drastic. I prefer to play at 60. I'm a PC gamer. I love 60. You know, if we play at 60 FPS, we want to play at 60 FPS. That's why we buy a PC and not a console. But again, I love 60 FPS. It's nice and smooth, and you can definitely tell the difference. I can anyway. Having played both versions and having tried the 30 FPS lock, I can tell the difference. Particularly aiming, when you're trying to aim, it's a hell of a lot smoother at 60 than it is at 30. But again, what else should we look for? If you played the DLC, I never played the single player DLC. I never played Left Behind, so this does come as part of the package. So again, I'm gonna play that after. I'm gonna do the story again, and I am gonna play it after. Play Left Behind after I've finished the story. You can play Left Behind if you've done the story. You can just play Left Behind, but I guess you could argue Left Behind is only what, $11.99 in the UK for the DLC, whereas it's about what, $34.99 for The Last of Us Remastered. So you could argue it's better value if you just want to play the DLC to just pick up the PS3 DLC. You know, you could argue that, but again, I honestly think, personally, I think it's worth it. Personally, I have bought both versions. I think if a game's good enough, I will buy it multiple times, because honestly, I have bought quite a few games multiple times. I'm just looking through my collection right now, and I own about 3 copies of Metal Gear Solid 3. I own 3 copies of them. Every edition I seem to have bought. I own the original Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I own Subsistence, which was the re-release with the better camera, and I own the HD collection, which includes Metal Gear Solid 3 in HD on PS3. So I will buy a game multiple times. I own Half-Life 2. I own multiple versions of Half-Life 2. I've got the PC version. I have the original Xbox version. I have the orange box on Xbox 360, and I have the orange box on PC. So I will buy a game multiple times if I love it that much. If a game is that good, it's worth buying again. It's worth buying it just to experience it again. Maybe some with slight changes. There is a slight change to this. It is the doubling of the frame rate. Really, it does make a bit of a difference, but it's not. It's not unplayable at 30 FPS. I wouldn't say, but it definitely, I can notice the difference between 30 and 60 FPS. Certainly, it is the kind of game that does benefit from that. Some games don't really benefit from a higher frame rate, but The Last of Us is one of them. Any game that you have to have quicker reactions, things like if you're aiming, for example, most Twitch shooters like Titanfall will benefit from a higher FPS, you know, because it just makes it a lot smoother and easier to aim in, I find. It is a slight benefit to it. The graphics, I haven't massively noticed any real difference. It is running at 1080p apparently versus 720p, if that's a thing for you, if the resolution is that important. I always say, if the resolution is that important, why are you playing on a console? Go play on a PC and play at 1440p. That's my opinion. But then again, you can't get this on PC, and this is one of the few console games that is worth owning a console for. I am predominantly these days PC gamer, but again, I think The Last of Us is definitely worth owning. It is one of those games where we look at that and think, that's a game we really want on PC. One of the few games that we really want on PC from the console. The Last of Us, we're not going to get it though, obviously, because it is developed by Sony, and they're going to keep it on their PlayStation platform. Well, it's published by Sony anyway. It's developed by Naughty Dog, but who are like a second-party Sony developer. So it is going to probably stay on the PlayStation platform, which is a shame for any of those, you know, who wanted to experience it. But again, you know, it's worth experiencing again, if you ask me. Definitely one of the best games of last year. And for some people that is a problem. For some people that were getting an HD re-release, if you will, a year after the game has come out. Again, it is a problem, but again, it depends on the game, I'll say. If the game is worth it, I think I'll buy it, honestly, because I've done it in the past. I've done it in the past with games, so I'm not going to criticize it when I'm guilty of doing it in the past. I'm guilty of buying multiple copies of the same game, and it is nice to experience it on a different platform, to be honest. You do get proper triggers on the PS4 controller, than you did with PS3. You had to use L1 and R1 to aim, which I was never really comfortable using that. Sorry, I was never really comfortable using the L1 and R1 buttons, but you do get the L2 and R2, the proper improved triggers on the PS4 controller, which again makes it even better. So it is kind of the ultimate version of The Last of Us, I guess, until the PS5 comes out and it jacks directly into our brain, and then we can cry real man tears in the game. I guess that's going to be a thing. But anyway, if you want to check out The Last of Us, it is one of my favorite games, and I will be live streaming it every Wednesday. I am going to finish Murdered Soul Suspect, probably finish it offline on Fraps and upload it. But I am going to be playing on a Wednesday right now The Last of Us. We'll be doing a playthrough on it, and we'll do the Left Behind story DLC. I don't touch the multiplayer, to be honest with you. I've never played it, but the single player is that good that it doesn't need multiplayer, so I don't care about the multiplayer. I'm not even going to discuss it here. The single player is that good, it's worth buying. Whether it had multiplayer or not shouldn't affect your decision. Apparently the multiplayer is pretty good from what I've heard, but I don't really care about competitive multiplayer anyway. Alright, so that is all for this video. So if you're going to check out The Last of Us, you know, let me know what you think. Do you think, is it a good thing, is it a bad thing that these games are, you know, are being re-released every year? Or being re-released a year later, should I say? nearly slipped into Call of Duty mode there. You could argue that gets re-released every year, Call of Duty, but you know, we'll save that. That's for another video. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you're enjoying The Last of Us, and we'll see you soon, and goodbye.
What are you doing?
Killing time.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
I am sure you will figure that out.
Your watch is broken. You mumble in your sleep. I hate bad dreams.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I've never been this close to the outside. I mean, look how dark it is. Can't be any worse out there. Can it?
What on earth do the Fireflies want with you?
Hey. Sorry it took so long. Soldiers fucking everywhere.
How's Marlene?
She'll make it. I saw the merchandise. It's a lot. Wanna do this?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Think it's a bit strange that they're having us do their smuggling?
Marlene wanted to do it herself. We weren't their first choice. Or the second, for that matter. She's lost a lot of men. Beggars can't be choosers.
I just hope there's someone alive to pay us.
Someone will be around. Come on.
Who's waiting for us at the drop-off?
She said there's some fireflies that have traveled all the way from another city. Girl must be important. What is the deal with you? You some bigwig's daughter or something?
Something like that. How long is this all gonna take?
If everything goes as planned, we should be with you in a few hours.
Ellie, once we get out there, I need you to follow our lead and stay close.
Yeah, of course.
Now hold up. There's a patrol up ahead. All right. We're good. Come on up. Come on, kid. Watch your step. This rain ain't gonna do us any good.
Holy shit. I'm actually outside.
Up this way.
Don't do anything stupid.
Move.
Turn around, on your knees. You scan him, I'll call it in.
Put your hands on your head.
This is Ramirez at Sector 12, requesting pickup for 3 stragglers. Understood.
Look the other way. Gonna make this worth your while.
Shut up. Tired of this shit. What's the ETA?
Couple minutes.
Fuck! I thought we were just gonna hold him up or something.
Oh, shit. Look.
Jesus Christ. Marlene set us up? Why the hell are we smuggling an infected girl?
I'm not infected.
No? Just lying?
I can explain.
You better explain fast.
Look at this.
I don't care how you got infected.
It's 3 weeks old.
No, everyone turns within 2 days, so you stop bullshitting.
It's 3 weeks. I swear. Why would she set you up?
I ain't buying it.
Oh, shit. Tess, run.
Go! Go!